Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. Today's date is May 4th, I believe. Right now I'm a little sick on my stomach. I just see how the system of America is just played the people of America. Sure, it's just a small part. You've got the House of Representatives who have just decided that they want to rescind a health care bill that has worked so well for so many people. Let me ask you something. You see how disgusted those of you who were for this bill, for Obama's bill, you see how disgusted this makes you feel? Those of you who are for repeal, you see how excited this makes you feel? Well, see, yesterday you were feeling despondent. Today you feel great. Yesterday some felt great, and today they are feeling despondent. You know why that happens? That happens because both of you are listening to the voice of a devil. You're listening to the voice of evil. You're listening to the voice of hate. You're listening to the voice of anti-life. That's why both of you feel that way. Neither one of you are excused. You feel that way because you're listening to the voice of anti-life. You have a young man in North Korea who's supposed to be the leader. And he's keep masking around talking about nuclear weapons. I guess. That's what the media says. And over here we got an old man masking around just like that little boy over there. And the little boy over there has his supporters. And the old man over here has his supporters. And both of them are in that position because they are listening to the voice of anti-life. All of the people over there in North Korea can be killed listening to the voice. All of the people in the United States of America can be killed listening to the voice of anti-life. The people in North Korea and the people in America are listening to the voice of anti-life. And every last one of you, even here in America, even in North Korea, think you're right. You think you're right. You should know you're wrong. Because if you were right, then you would be the champion. And when I say champion, you would have a connection with the truth. And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm about to share with you right now. First of all, your politicians do not work for you. They never have. They might have thought they did, but the idea that they exist was a part of a scheme. And that scheme has manifested itself throughout all our existence, whether it's here or there. They do not work for you. That's why they got better benefits. That's why you don't. That's why they have power that you gave them. They tricked you to give it to them. And you still believe it. Now let's talk about this nuclear thing. Let's see. If the Native Americans were made alive again on this planet, on this earth, here in America, with the knowledge of what that they experienced, and we had moved on up to coming up with nuclear weapons, with the Native Americans try to get a nuclear weapon, you bet your last money they would. If the blacks who were slaves had to come back here in this day and time with the knowledge that they had in the past, and people had nuclear weapons, do you think these slaves would try to get them nuclear weapons? You bet your last money they would. Here's the way, ladies and gentlemen. If one power can find justification for nuclear weapons, that gives justification for any power on this planet, any sovereign power on this planet, to express the same right, nuclear weapons. because men cannot trust one another. And if you can't trust each other, you should make sure that neither one of you got anything that's dangerous enough to get rid of you. Because in the wee hours of the night, when you least expect it, one of those will turn to a fool. They can't help it. That's the voice of anti-life. But I come to you today to tell you that you have choice. You cannot trust the decisions of men or women or humankind unless you have a voice in it. And I'm not talking about somebody speaking for you. I'm talking about unless you have a voice in it. And the only way you can do that is the original plan. The original plan, ladies and gentlemen, is to have humankind here on the planet of this earth. Humankind didn't exist, they had to be made. And humankind came with a specification to structure and to maintain. And in that thinking process, in that it was designed that all of the things that would be necessary throughout the history of humankind's existence to do the wonderful things that mankind would be able to do outside of himself, it was imbued either in the earth, on the earth, or above the earth, seen and unseen. I came to tell you that there was a power that did that had nothing to do with man's input. And having been created, that power wants you to know that there were certain things that were made common amongst each human being on earth for their survival. Not just the oxygen in the air, not just the water, but you got an abundance of both. Other things that are needed for survival are food. That master plan designed it so that the earth, given the right materials, would produce as much food as needed. And not just any kind of food, but the food that's desired, because you got choices in the seed. That is what that power did. And that power did it because every human being on the face of the earth requires it. But that power didn't just do that. It instilled the desire, the will to move farmers, cattlemen, those who are in the business of producing food, to go out and do it. That didn't come from man. That came from the power that created man, that created the earth, that created the food for everybody on earth. And everybody on earth do not have food. Why? Because the human race is listening to the voice of anti-life. When it comes down to shelter, you know it's the same thing. Everybody requires protection from the elements. And that same power knew that and made it possible that everybody on the face of the earth could have shelter. Not just, it might have begun in tents or in tree trunks, but look where it's come today. And this is the power of the Almighty instilling knowledge, instilling wisdom, instilling desires and aspiration in individuals to express themselves, which is an expression of the Almighty. So that what? The human race can receive the blessings of its maker and not the death of the takers. Now I come to tell you today, ladies and gentlemen, that education is a gift from the Almighty. Its purpose is to provide what it does to those who desire it, to enable them to be more perfected in that which they have been given or chosen to do, so that the joy that they possess, that they experience, will be the most that they can experience and enjoy. And all of that benefits humankind. The master did that. Education. For everyone. For everyone who chooses it. And now we talk about health care. The thing that somebody just passed the bill hoping that they can get rid of it and cause so many other people so much pain while they themselves don't have to worry about a thing. The result of the following anti-life. Now, who on earth gets sick, don't want health care, resist health care? There are some people believing that God will come down and save them. But for the most part, everybody wants health care. Where did the health care knowledge come from? The same one that put you here, the maker. The knowledge for what? For your protection, because you are loved and you don't want to be having to go so fast just because you did the wrong thing. God. And what happens? Health care. Because listening to the voice of the anti-life. Now, many of you brought up in the systems of the world, wondering how in the heck can this thing that I've just shared with you be provided? How can it happen? You don't know of a system that would permit it. This capitalistic democracy definitely would not do that, and you know that. But the Almighty Creator knows how to do it. That message I share with you. What do? The Creator and the individuals that were created, each were given a tap, a taste of an interest, a desire, something to do. You know, nobody just want to do anything. Those who are handicapped, laying in the bed sick, want to do something. So everybody was given something to do. Sure, we got people all over earth that don't work. It's not because they don't want to work. They don't want to do what you want them to do for the pay that you want to pay them. Because it will not help them do anything but stay out of the ditch. But they will never be able to get on the road. So they have made the decision that they will not, but they don't know what to do. I come to remind them that there's something that God has already done. All you got to do is stand up and claim it. It has already been prepared. That every individual, not just in America, every individual on the face of the earth were put here to experience their dreams. And the only way you can experience your dream is if you treat others like you want to be treated. You protect yourself from like people like those demons out there who are filthy rich, who robbed you, who have tricked you and got you blind, got you crawling, got you begging, trying to see can you just survive while they come to you and want your vote, lying, lying, and lying, and lying. And I'm telling you, the God that prepared all of this for you has given you this message. But if you think you can sit on your butt and allow these things to happen, and that God is going to come down and save you after billions of people have died, you're thinking like the anti-life. You live today and you will live forever. You live today and you will live forever. So I'm saying to you, it is time right now. I know some of you are meeting in your city halls and capitals, talking about your particular special interest, trying to indicate that you are a better representative for that particular concern that you have, perhaps than another, not realizing that it is that kind of thinking that robs you of your power, because you have divided yourself from another who needs the same thing that you need. And only when you come together, then will you have the power to be successful in whatever you try to do. You think 1% can stop 99%? Do you think they can do it? Yes, they can. They already have. But I'm saying to you, all 99% got to do is stand up. Stand up, and I guarantee you, while you won't be able to or want to do anything to harm these people who've been robbing you and putting you in prison and creating you as thieves and filling you with drugs, you won't want to do anything to them, and they'll be afraid as they can be. They'll throw their money away trying to hide. But the same joy that you have, the manifestation of your own dreams, allows that they too must experience their own dreams, only this time their dream will not be at the benefit of your suffering. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this means something to you. And if it doesn't, God send it. Bye-bye.